Good morning. It's Thursday, April 2nd, 2020, and it is pretty windy today. I hope for some sunny weather, cloudy, but sunny. That's great. So, yeah, I don't know if you got fooled yesterday or if you fooled anybody. In our household, it was pretty good. We didn't get fooled, nor did we fool anybody. So, today I want to talk about patience, and I think it comes up in many different places, and we tend to want things to happen quickly and be impatient because we have deadlines to reach, we have screaming kids, and we want to have a solution quickly. And so if we have to wait for something being approved or receiving something back from a coworker that we're working with on something, it can cause us to be impatient and then react a certain way because we're not getting something back in the way or at the time that we want it back. And actually, today is a good time to talk about patience because every other day I'm doing this online meditation group at 8:30, and I had like 10 minutes, so I figured, oh, let me squeeze in this talk before then. And I had to then say, no, it's not working. I feel rushed. So I had to be more patient and just wait it out and just do it afterwards. So next time, either I wake up earlier or I just do it after. And so just with that alone, it was another lesson for myself. There are other times where we are impatient is when we, for instance, have conversation with somebody that doesn't go the way we wanted, and we just wanted to have it resolved. And I realized only after a few trials, of course, that if I take a break from what is happening and I revisit it a little later, that one, the emotions are not running as high, and I got a better objective view on what the purpose was of this conversation, or what was I agitated about, or what was not working out so well. So by getting a wider perspective, it can help us to be more precise about what we want to talk about. Of course, you run into the situation that maybe the other person either forgot about it or was like, I don't know of any situation. That is a sign of how waiting it out might have been a good idea, because that shows that it was just something that had happened on your end and not necessarily on the other end. And vice versa, if somebody comes to you and says like, hey, what's up with this situation, why did you act this way, or whatever else, that you could say like, well, it's not so, it didn't affect me. So patience has many great characteristics. So there are ways that we can handle it that are to our advantage, but also to the advantage of our relationships and the moments that we are in. So maybe you can just visit or look at different situations where you are more impatient. Are these like when you used to stand in line somewhere and you needed to be somewhere, which now is a little different, right? Because if you do any shopping, then you do it on the weekends or late at night or early in the morning, and so there's less people out, so you're not really in that rush anymore. And then we can also figure out, is it a rush, like an impatience within ourselves, or because of something from the outside that makes us want to be somewhere or do something? Again, now being in this room or in this space where we are contained, then we can figure it out better. How is this impatience working out for us, and in which way is it actually experienced, so that when we come out of this containment or container or isolation, so anyway, from this time, that we can then have more patience to the moments that we are in, and knowing that whatever happens impermanence comes our way. So patience is very helpful in communication, which leads me to say that tonight is our last mindful communication course, and I'm working on a new course talking about exploring your full potential by finding out your strengths and embracing your weaknesses and finding your passion. Anyway, so more about this in the coming days, and hope to hear from you. Take care. Bye.